So it's Saturday, it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. This is their big day. There's no one here. Typically they will set up here because this is a public place and they're not obstructing the windows of the shops because there is no shop here. But today you can clearly see that they're not here because they don't get to tell the filthy apostate that they have the authorization to stand there if they were standing there, because that is a public place. So you notice they're not here today, Saturday morning, and you see all the people. What an opportunity. So is it about preaching the good news, or is it about setting up where they have the authority to be the boss? Let's go find out. As you can see, this is a closed off area. We got a couple of food or representatives over there trying to drum up interest in what they're doing in this area, in this public area, where a permit is not required to set up. The cannabis vendors set up in this area frequently. So this is a very lax area in terms of setting up to draw people to your particular area of interest. And Jehovah's Witnesses will be here typically on a Saturday morning. It's about 11 o'clock. They will typically be here. They will typically be right here, right there. But again, this is a public place. And no doubt word has spread that there's someone going around politely asking them to leave. It's the first thing he's asking them to do. And in a public place, I guess they know they have to. If they're going to call themselves true Christians, if you're in a public place and somebody comes up to you, anybody comes up to you, anybody whatsoever, and politely asks you to leave, leave, because you saw them do that one time. So that is a possibility. If it's a public place and you're asked to leave, leave. And you notice they're not here. We will see if they are in a publicly accessed private area where they get to talk about the authority they have to be there. The authority Caesar granted them to be there, because they're not here, and you saw they weren't over there in front of that vacant store. This is Vancouver, by the way, when the sun shines. Very rare. Yeah, okay. Hi. Am I invited?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
The schedule is there and the place is also there.
Okay.
That's in
Sunday, March 18th. Sunday, March 18th? Oh no, Saturday, March 31st.
March 31st, this is the special event to commemorate.
That's the commemoration.
Yeah.
And the talk on the 18th.
Yeah.
That's the special public talk.
Yes.
This is going to be the actual memorial. Okay.
Yes.
I used to study the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, it was a really positive experience.
Yes.
I think a person is going to learn things studying the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses that they're not going to learn anywhere else.
Yeah, because
right?
if you study the Bible, it makes you a good person, not a bad person.
That's right. Makes you a good person.
Yes.
But I was about 17 when I started studying.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when did you get the truth, by the way?
Oh, I was in the Philippines before my parents here also. Actually, I'm born as my parents here are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Your parents were Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah, but I have to study the Bible.
Right. But your very first exposure to Jehovah's Witnesses
Yeah.
came as a result of being born to Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I was 17, and at the time, the couple that took the interest in me, they were coming to get me at my home, bring me to their home to have the study.
Yeah.
So they were really going out of their way for me. They were showing me a lot of personal interest.
But they are not forcing you to you baptize. They are not telling you.
Can I finish my story?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. It's interesting your story.
It is. Okay. I forget where I was. Where was I? Oh yeah, they were coming to get me at my home, to bring me to their home to have the study, and then bring me to school for my first class.
Wow.
So this happened for about 5 or 6 weeks,
Yeah.
and then I guess they decided, well, I was ready to go to that first meeting.
Yeah.
So they had been talking about me, I guess, a little bit. So when I went to that very first meeting,
Yes.
as a newly interested person,
You're still high school at that time.
I was in college,
Oh, college.
first year college
Okay.
in Montreal. Yeah, you start college at
you're
17,
from
18
Montreal,
in
okay.
Quebec. So by the time I went to that first meeting, they had been talking about me a little bit.
Yeah.
So when I went to that meeting, everybody was sort of coming up to me, kind of going, "Oh, hi, are you
yeah,
Nanya?"
yeah,
My name's
yeah.
Nanya, by the way.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm Brahma.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And Marcel.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're like, "Hey, Nanya, nice to meet you. You've been studying with brother and sister so-and-so." And I said, "Yeah, I guess so." And the interest that they were taking in me, and the kindness and the warmth and everything, I thought, I had never experienced anything like that.
You are too much welcome. Sorry.
And that kind of really struck me. So I wanted to study. I wanted to take the interest in becoming an unbaptized publisher, a baptized publisher, a few years later an auxiliary pioneer, a few years later after that a regular pioneer, maybe go to Bethel, maybe learn another language, go serve where the need is great, like all these other options. So I thought, you know what, let me leave school, let me leave behind this promise I was showing in this other area, and let me see what I can do about becoming a servant of the true God in the last days. And I took it pretty seriously for a long time. I took it very seriously for a long time, and but I remember when I first started studying, the way the literature would talk about people who leave the organization, how people who leave the organization are turning their backs on God. People who leave the organization have allowed the demons to get the better of them. How people who leave the organization can't be trusted. They're deceitful, they will lie, they will twist things, and I thought, okay, well, I would never want to do that. I would never want to turn into that kind of person. So let me keep studying and stay loyal. But I've discovered, like, over the years, talking to people who have left the organization, that actually they're quite enthusiastic about telling the truth. They're quite enthusiastic about seeking the truth. And I started learning things about how Watchtower is covering up child abuse, how Watchtower won't talk about the number of people that their policies are getting to kill themselves, how Watchtower won't talk about the number of people that are martyring themselves in hospital beds. And I thought, where's the honesty there? Where's the disclosure there? So I've been talking to Jehovah's Witnesses lately about these issues, and you kind of see the interest in the conversation disappear. Like you're losing interest in talking to me right now, aren't you?
So what makes
You're losing interest in talking to me right now. Like it shows.
No?
No? Okay.
What makes you stop studying the Bible?
The fact that Watchtower will paint. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Oh, what did she say?
30 minutes. Because we have 30 minutes.
Oh, your shift is over?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you guys taking over? Oh, hi. How's it going? Yeah, I was talking to the sister about. What did you ask me? Why did I stop studying? What did you ask me? I forget. It was a good question. What did you ask me? No, I was thinking about it and I was answering, and then she came and I
Yeah, because 30 minutes we have.
No, but what did you ask me? It was a really good question. Why did I stop studying? Yeah, why did I stop studying?
Okay, guys. We'll see you later. See you tomorrow. Yeah. You can go home.
Can we go home now?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So I'll ask you a question.
Why don't you start studying again?
Right. She asked me why I stopped studying. And I was saying that as soon as I started studying, I remember in the literature, Watchtower would paint people who leave this organization, who stop studying, who no longer want to be Jehovah's Witnesses, that the only reason that would happen was because they turned their back on God. They let the demons influence them, and they've decided to just become fleshly, worldly people. They've chosen the world instead of God, and they can't be trusted, and they're kind of just going to die at Armageddon. If they don't come back to Jehovah, the only option for them is that they're going to die at Armageddon. And I thought,
I don't think that's ever been printed like that.
oh, well, it has, unfortunately, stressed in the literature. And the elders, you should hear what the elders say in the judicial committees when they meet with people who are in a spiritual crisis, 3-on-1 in the back room.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the thing is that people who've been in that situation are able to tell their story now like never before through social media and Facebook and websites.
Oh yeah.
And we're able to learn things about one another. People who question this organization.
Yeah. Are you videotaping?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So don't speak.
Don't speak.
Speaking to him. You do not have our permission to videotape us.
Say that again. What don't I have?
No comment.
But you just
No
said
comment.
no. You just
No
said
comment.
you just said I don't have the permission to videotape you.
Me.
Okay. Would you like to know why you're wrong?
No. We don't want to speak with you. Thank you.
Okay.
And we know all about your videotaping us. We know, Stuart. We're not stupid people. We've all got choices.
Would you please leave?
No, you leave.
I've asked you first to please leave.
No, I will not leave.
No.
I've got permission
Okay.
to stand here.
I just asked you to leave.
We won't leave.
I just asked you to leave.
No, we will not leave. You are not in
And you
charge
said
of this area.
and you said please leave. Say I ask you to do something, you don't do it,
Go away.
and you think it's
Go away.
you think it's your right
Go away.
to tell me to
Go
do
away.
something
Go away.
because you have the
Go
authority
away.
from God.
Video. Go away. Is that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's yours.
Wow.
You just grabbed my personal property, man.
I'm very
Hold
sorry
on.
about that, but
You're gonna be sorry, possibly. Okay.
You're alright.
You're doing a good job, brother. I know you're trying to turn this conversation somewhere else.
Excuse me.
congregation do you belong to?
I'm in the Somerville.
Okay.
Yeah. Good congregation.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you anyway. It's finally a nice day for it. So.
It's awesome. I can believe how warm it is.
We were snowboarding yesterday at Cyprus.
Oh yeah.
I've just gotten into it. We've just started.
So where are you from?
I'm from England.
I know.
The north near Manchester.
I'm from Oldham.
Really?
Yeah.
From Oldham?
Yeah.
Why have we been here for?
1166. So where are you from again?
Just the north.
Oh, me too. Recognize the accent.
Yeah. No worries.
It takes two to tango, two to tango, two to
Anyways, have a good day, Stuart. come back and still sit here in the northern.
Yeah, I've still got it all.
Yeah. You're right.
You're touching me with your bag? You're touching me with your bag, sir. I'll move.
Oh, yeah.
Louis. Where are you going? Here. Yeah, so you're out today, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good. I met you with Matthew, didn't I? So I was on news school. Yes, that's right. Yeah. You're in Boston. That's right.
I know! Like,
What do you know about this guy? When you say this guy, you're referring to me? Excuse me, he's referring to me. When you say this guy, what do you mean? When you say this guy, what do you mean? Look at the faith.
Yeah, she's doing okay.
Look at the faith. Look at this true Christian faith. When you say this guy, we know about this guy, what do you mean? You're talking about me, I'm standing right here. Yeah, you guys prefer it when we're far away, don't you?
Hey,
I'm not scared of you.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to scare you.
Excuse me.
Oh, sir, you're pushing into me. You're pushing into me. I'm trying to read the memorial invitation. Why are you pushing into me? See, you guys initiate the physical contact. You initiate the physical contact. And then you call the police and you talk about how I harass you. You prove yourselves hypocrites every minute, it seems, in situations like this, and still you call the police. It's good. It's good.
So
181707 is my file number.
Okay.
Yeah. We are having what one officer told me is a discrepancy between two parties. I have not physically touched you. That sister snatched personal property away from me.
I picked up and
Careful.
He's filming.
Careful, because I can prove what you did. So call the police and let's get this. Say that again. Oh. I love it. Satan is with us. I was trying to talk to the sister about that, and I'm glad to hear you put it so bluntly. Satan is with us. You guys heard that. Satan is with us. Wow. Say that again. Where is Satan? Where is Satan? Interesting. Oh boy. Satan is with us. Amazing. How many times does Satan not call the police when a child reports being molested by one of Jehovah's Witnesses? Yeah. How many times does Satan show up in a hospital and encourage someone to make their stand for Jehovah and martyr themselves in a hospital bed? How many times does Satan enforce organizational policy that reduces ex-Jehovah's Witnesses to a depressed mess who kill themselves? Yeah. It's amazing how you guys won't look at yourselves the way you want everyone else in the world to look at themselves. That's amazing. And when somebody like me turns up to present you with some arguments you don't want to hear, you call it Satan. You snatch our personal property out of our hands and you initiate physical contact and you call the police. If that isn't like, I should call Saturday Night Live and like show them this footage so they can, because like I'm not a comedy writer, but there's definitely some good comedy material happening here. Definitely some excellent comedy material, but you'd never watch. If Saturday Night Live did a skit about Jehovah's Witnesses based on actual events, that would be Satan attacking you, wouldn't it? It wouldn't just be people laughing at you. Oh, la da, dee, 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 da, da. March 31st. Okay. False Creek's hosting it this year. Okay, that's good. Yeah. You know, there's a guy in Woodland Hills, California doing this work, and a guy named Philip Ingram, the brother in the congregation, served him with a restraining order and didn't even have the decency to contact him personally or to show up with the cop that served it. See, when it suits you to just bully people, you bully people. And when it suits you to be persecuted Christians, then that's what you are. It's amazing. No one's ever going to hate you guys for being true Christians. We're too busy being shocked at how ridiculous believing what you believe has turned you into in this day and age. Anyway, I hope the police do come. And I've noticed, like, he might try to look like he's calling the police, but the person actually calling the police will be like somewhere else. Like you guys tried to pull that trick the other day. Did you actually call? Did you actually call? Yeah, record me. Record me. Record me. Record me. You should record me. Because everything that you guys have been doing is up there on YouTube. Hey. Yeah, good. Give him a call. 1-81707. Good. There, I came to the hall a couple of months ago, and you walked right past me with a big smile on your face, ignoring me. Not even a hi. You just jump right to the part where you conclude I'm been overtaken by demons, so you can like just be superior. Right inside a Kingdom Hall. You couldn't even look at me and smile, Louis. You're smiling now, but you're not smiling. You're chuckling. You're chuckling at the demon-possessed apostate, aren't you? I can't possibly have anything to show you about yourself. The only person in the world who can show you something about yourself is the 7 men in New York. People who leave this organization are just dead. So it's okay to call the police, to lie to the police about what happened, to initiate physical contact, and to call yourself the persecuted one. It's okay to just do whatever you want. I mean, Jehovah's just going to kill us anyway at Armageddon, so what difference does it make if you treat us like dirt between now and then? I was having a conversation with the sister about how I got the truth and what got me asking questions, and as soon as the conversation goes in a direction you can't control, or in a direction that doesn't flatter you, this is what you become. And you guys insist all day how you're not cult members. Like, you're going to tell yourself, I'm not a cult member. I'm not a cult member later. When did you get the truth? Were you raised in this cult? Was it a relative that introduced you to the good news of God's kingdom? Everything is naked and openly exposed before Jehovah. What difference does it make if I'm recording you? You should be happy to answer these questions knowing people are going to watch. But again, you can't control that. See, when it suits you and when you can control the situation, then you talk about how good, how loyal, how faithful, how zealous, how knowledgeable you are. Yeah. This is a public place. I've politely asked you guys to leave. You won't leave. Really, you shouldn't set up here anymore. This is a public area. You should set up where you have the authority from Caesar. Caesar gives you authority to set up at SkyTrain stations. This is a public place, so I get to be here all day long. And you've initiated physical contact. That sister snatched my property away from me, so that's a mistake. And I hope he really is calling and he's not just posturing. Here we go.
Where the winners is. Now he's approaching me as well. He's just here while I'm on the phone to you. He's just all kinds of things. It's just trying to put us down and things like that. So now he does it.
Why won't you let me hear what he's saying about me on the phone to the cops?
No.
Why won't you let me hear what he's saying on the phone to me about the cops? You're trying to shield me from recording him talk about the cops to me, Louis. Look at you right now. Let me hear what he's saying to the cops.
No, Caucasian.
Stuart Lefebvre, man. 181707. There's a file on me. I'm telling you the number. See, I'm ready to tell the truth, the total truth to the cops. You guys want to walk around and have me not hear what you're saying. Yep. Yeah, have him come. Yeah, clear your throat, brother.
I'm a bit ill.
Oh, you sure are.
No Caucasian. Probably, I don't know. Tall, yeah. I suppose. Yeah, quite a big build. About 6'3".
Oh, right. Now you're comfortable hearing me say that.
Smart. He's wearing a tie, shirt. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Oh, you guys have to hold it at the hotel because that other hotel has been closed down. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really good. What do you get to tell them? Or what do I get to tell them and show them? Oh. Yeah. You've asked for this, you guys. You asked for this when you set up in public, insisting that you are going to survive the day when everyone else around here is killed.
So when you call? Yeah.
So you guys want to know what's going to happen next? The police are going to come. They're going to want to talk to you without me listening. And then they're going to want to talk to me without you listening, which I'm perfectly prepared to do. But unfortunately, because you guys keep lying to the police, which I can prove, people like me are forced to grow in number and come out and prove it. And the best part is when the police actually do come and we get to talk to them. So hopefully they do come. Hopefully they do come. Because people who are honest about their search for truth tell the police the truth. People who insist that they found it, have it, and are in it, when they're challenged, they don't mind lying to the cops. So let's see if you guys do that today. Let's see if you guys will lie to the cops today. Hey.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Maybe just let people have the freedom to speak. Freedom
That's
to
a good
speak,
idea.
right?
That's a good idea.
Well, just let them have the freedom to speak.
Let
Other
people have their freedom to
can
speak.
Judge them, you
Let
judge them
people
all.
have their freedom to speak, sir. Yeah.
Allow them to speak.
That's good advice. That is very good advice. Oh, finally a little sunshine in this city. Oh, is this them? Oh. There you go. You got to work on a Saturday. I hope you're getting time and a half. I hope you're at least getting time and a half for having to work on a Saturday. That poor guy. I hope he's getting overtime working on Saturdays. What's the occasion, you guys?
Rugby sevens.
Say again?
Rugby sevens.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing, sir? Any deals up there? I'm not going away, I'm just going inside for a second. Okay. So I'm used to belong to this religion, and I learned some things about it that were kept from me while I was in it. And unfortunately, when you try to talk to them as an ex-believer, they're pretty comfortable lying to you, lying to the cops, physically assaulting people, and even filming people from far away and then running away when we give them a chance to like talk about what they're actually filming. And the lady that I was talking to, she's gone now. Like, I'm documenting my conversations with them. I'm documenting me too, so like don't think I'm a coward or anything, okay? She didn't like where the conversation was going. She knew I was recording her, and she snatched this out of my hand. And she's gone now, and like, this is a public area. Like, I've been told don't talk to them at the SkyTrain stations because those are publicly accessed private areas, so I didn't go there today. But this is a public area. I have questions about their religion as a former believer who hasn't killed himself. A former believer who hasn't drowned himself in alcohol and drugs and depression, which is kind of what they want.
Yeah.
So when I sort of approach them with some questions about the way they paint former believers, they're comfortable lying, they're comfortable calling you like panic junkies, they're comfortable snatching physical property away from me, physically assaulting me, all of which I can prove to you. And notice how she's conveniently not here.
So
That's about it.
understand, obviously, something's gone on today, right? Like, you have an opinion about something, they have an opinion about something.
Yeah.
You are wanting to film them. Obviously, they're uncomfortable with that.
Right.
For whatever reasons, right? Like,
Okay.
whether they feel maybe nervous having to justify themselves to you with whatever questions that you might have, right? As somebody who was a previous believer, I'm sure you know what you're talking about, right? Or maybe the things that they're trying to teach. Regardless, obviously not okay for her to touch your property, but I can also understand that she would feel that her personal space is a little bit intruded when you have a camera right in her face, right? So I'm trying to understand, right? Like, I just walked into this situation. I don't even know what's going on right now, and I understand that you're frustrated, but at this point, like, I'll grab your information. I can grab her identification, try to do an area search and see what she looks like, or have a chat with her if you'd like.
She's gone.
Okay, so how can police help you?
I didn't call you.
Okay, so are they having an issue with you then?
That guy in the sunglasses called you, I think. I don't know. Like, there was about 10 of them here when they called, and they were all on their cell phone.
Okay.
So it's like, guess which one is calling you. And they played this game, because I'm just one guy. Like the other day, it was a similar situation like this.
Yeah.
The guy made sure that I went away. The guy made sure that I went away so he could call the cop and tell the story he wanted.
Right.
Today there was about 5 of them around when they called you.
Okay.
But the one I think who called you is in the blue jacket, right over there in the sunglasses.
Do you know what their concern is? Like, are you... So they're Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're trying to, I guess, reach out to people, and then you're standing here. Is that? I'm just trying to understand what's going on. Is that
So
kind
am
of
I.
what it is?
So am I.
Okay. Do you have ID on you, my friend?
Yeah. Actually, you know what, officer? Let's not do that part today.
Well, we were called, right? So we need to. You're not
Okay.
necessarily in trouble, but
Right.
I'm just trying to sort out who's who right now.
You know what? Sure.
Appreciate that. Like I said, we are just stepping into the situation. As far as I'm concerned, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, right? So I'm not.
I got a little Costco for the photo ID, but I got the SIM card. So that'll work for you. Hey, how's it going? That I'm not going to give you. Yeah. I got Miles Teitelbaum. You know him? He was a cop I was talking to a couple of days ago. He asked me and I said no, and he said, okay, that's cool. So I got the direction from the police officer. Don't have to give it, so I won't give it. I can give you a file number, though. They do have a file on me.
What's the file number?
18
Yeah.
1707. And the last time I spoke to an officer, I explained the situation, and he told me, well, then, you know what, Stuart? You're not criminally harassing them. I would call what you're having a discrepancy between two parties. So I guess this is another discrepancy between two parties. But the lady that grabbed my personal property and started talking about how I'm representing Satan, which I have on video, she's conveniently not around right now. But I think the guy in the blue jacket called you, so you can talk to him.
Let me chat with my partner and see what side of the story he's getting.
Right. But make sure that it's not from them, because they weren't here the whole time.
That's fine.
Yeah. Hey! You want to know what that cop asked me? You want to know what that cop asked me, or just want to film me and tell the story that suits you?
YouTube thoughts too, you know.
You want to tell me that you're just going to take that little bit? The difference between what you're doing with YouTube and what I'm doing with YouTube is that I'm showing the whole thing, brother. You're taking your little snapshot, running away when I approach you.
You're going to be famous one day, Stuart.
And the problem is...
You're on there too, lots. You should see what... Your nightlife is pretty interesting.
My nightlife.
Your nightlife.
Right. Wow. And you walk away. You say that, and then you walk away.
Stop talking to us, Stuart.
Oh, Gino. Oh, no. You just want to threaten me and say your little thing and then walk away? You just said that my nightlife is pretty interesting. What do you mean? Tell me about my nightlife. It's pretty boring, actually. Tell me about my nightlife, do you know? Jehovah's True Servants, everybody. There they go. I'll tell you about my nightlife. It's pretty boring. Oh. Well, you know what? Maybe that's not an empty threat. Oh. I'm just going to go to Best Buy for a minute. I'll come back in a minute to talk to you, okay? I'm just going to go to Best Buy for a minute. Sure. Sure. Okay, I'm just going to warm up in here. I think I have a threat to report. I think I have a threat to report.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know what you'd call it.
Give me one.
Yeah. Just it's a privacy law. So it's regarding privacy law.
Okay.
So I filmed the Jehovah's Witnesses while I'm talking to them.
Okay.
And there was a Jehovah's Witness over there who was filming me from across the street with his phone.
Okay.
And I went up to him
Yeah.
to be like, let's talk. Like, you know,
Okay.
you're filming me without talking to me.
Okay.
Talk to me. Like, you're allowed to film me if we're talking. That's what I understand.
Okay.
You can film. Well, is that true? Like,
No.
I can just go around filming people from far away?
Okay, listen. This is
Can I do
an
that?
ongoing issue.
Can I do that?
There's no. Well, why could you do it when you're talking to them? That doesn't seem.
No,
that's not fair.
but I'm saying, can I film somebody with a cell phone, and then when they come up to me, put the phone away and run away?
There's no difference between you doing that or you doing
Okay,
it in your face.
okay. So the guy that just did that, he's a Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
He was doing that, and I went up to him and I was like, come talk to me. And he's like, no, and he put it away, and he goes, we're not the only ones on YouTube. You're on YouTube.
Okay.
You've got...
I understand.
man.
So
I haven't finished. Like, let me finish. And he goes, you've got an interesting nightlife. And he kind of goes away, as if like I'm being filmed at night without my consent privately. He said, you've got an interesting nightlife, and walked away.
okay.
That
But
gives
here's-
me pause.
Okay.
Because
That's
when I
fair.
film them, I'm having a conversation with them. I'm filming you, we're having a conversation.
If somebody asks you not to speak with them and you continuously and repeatedly go up to them and you're filming them, that is
Right.
a form of harassment. You
Okay.
cannot do that.
Okay, but they didn't ask me not to speak to them.
Okay, I'm not sure that's the case.
These are new
because we were
people.
told that they were.
These are new people. And the
So they
lady,
didn't tell you at all to stop talking.
the first thing I asked them was, would they mind leaving? That's what I do. I politely ask them if they wouldn't mind leaving because it's a public place, and they say no, and I say fine, and then we have a conversation. And then when they don't like the way the conversation goes, they threaten me with the police. They lie to the police about what I said and what they said. They film me from far away and then run away when I give them the chance to explain themselves. They physically push me. They make physical contact. So if they want to invite conversations with members of the public,
Yeah, absolutely.
and they don't like the way the conversation goes,
And
do they have the right to do all this stuff to people?
so here's what I'll say.
Do they have the right to do all that stuff to people?
Here's what I'll say, okay? I'm talking to somebody in public.
Yeah.
Talking about an issue, whatever that issue is, whether that's Jehovah's Witness issue, a policing issue, a community issue, right? Somebody comes up, talks to me. I don't like the way it goes.
Right.
Absolutely, I can tell you that I don't want to talk to you anymore, that you can leave, right? Again, like you're right, it's public space, everybody has a right to be here. But if I tell you to stop talking to me, regardless of whether it's going good or going bad,
Okay.
if I want you to stop talking to me, I want you to stop talking to me. And that's
Even though
absolutely, that's a right.
even though you've installed yourself right there with
Absolutely.
a sign that says
Absolutely.
you are invited.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If I tell you, if there's a
See,
sign that says,
this is why I like hang out
Yeah.
to wait for you guys to come so I can get educated because I don't quite know
Here's
what the rules are.
Sorry, here's an analogy, okay?
Cool.
So there's a Lids, that's a store, right?
What?
Yeah, that's a store.
All right, all right.
So everybody's invited because it's a public space. It's a store. I want you to come in. I want you to buy my products, right?
You're comparing lids to the Jehovah's Witnesses over there.
No, I'm not Jehovah's Witness per se. It's we're in public, right? That's
Okay,
a public
okay.
space. It's
Uh-huh.
a public space.
Gotcha,
I can
gotcha,
invite
gotcha.
you to talk to me, right? Just like how Lids can invite you to come to my store.
Cool, yeah.
And have a conversation with you. If in there, for whatever reason, they say, okay, you know what? I don't want you here because of X, Y, and Z.
I don't like you talking about bad about my store. I don't like you talking bad about my products.
Absolutely.
Get out.
I need you to
Yeah,
leave,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it becomes a private store, right? So if I don't want you to talk to me, I have the right to say, yeah, don't talk to me anymore.
Right. Okay.
But if you keep trying to talk to them, then that's a problem,
Okay.
right?
But the Jehovah's Witnesses standing there next to a card is not the same as they're paying rent for this store to be here.
It's public space. I have the right to say you don't have to talk to me.
Yeah, that's right. I know, that's right.
Absolutely.
And I have the right to go up to people and ask them to do anything I want that isn't
Nope,
against the
nope.
law.
You're
That
not-
isn't against
you're
the
not
law.
You're not gonna tell me.
I can walk up to this guy right there and say, "Put your sunglasses on your head."
if they
He
say-
can go, what the hell's your problem?
Yeah,
But
and
as
he
long
can
as I'm
say-
not like asking him to do something against the law, it's like whatever.
Yeah, and he can also say, stop talking to me, and you
That's
have to
right.
stop talking to
That's
me.
right.
Right?
So I go up to them and I ask them to leave, and
Yeah.
they say, "No, I'm not going to leave." And then I go, "Well, then would you mind if I asked you a couple of questions about the religion?
Yeah.
Would you mind if I told you about my experience and other people's experience about the
Absolutely.
religion?"
And-
And then when they don't like the way the conversation goes,
They can ask you to stop
have you
talking.
ever studied the Bible with Jehovah's Witnesses?
I don't care about Jehovah's Witness. I don't care about any of that topic.
Right.
What my point of view is, doesn't matter. Like if your conversation with you and I goes south,
Right.
and I ask you to leave, you have to leave.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can stay here, but you don't have. But if I tell you,
But
not
what if I don't like the way the conversation is going and I ask you to leave and you refuse to leave?
it's a public space. I'm not asking you. I didn't say you have to leave.
What if I ask you to leave first?
Listen
as
to me.
two members of the public?
You're not listening to me.
It's
Okay.
the engaging in conversation thing. It's the you
You don't-
repeatedly going up to them, right? That's what
You don't have to leave.
But they're different
but you have
witnesses,
to
though,
Stop
that's the thing.
talking to them. I'm not asking you to leave. I'm asking you to stop talking.
Okay.
Right?
Have to stop talking to them?
that's-
It's